Ugh. Well, folks, I have finally done it. I've been very patient with my binding upgrade. Been holding off for a few years, just using whatever I have around, testing different stuff. But I finally bit the bullet and I got a decent deal on the new FASE or FASE, whatever, however you want to say it. The new Rome Katana with the FASE entry system bindings. This is the Stali version. From all of my research, this is the crown jewel of all of the FASE systems that came out this year. I think the Stali is the best bang for your buck. You've got the most tech in there. You've got the most dripping. Excuse me, this is terrible unboxing. What happened is this box came in. I was away. My girlfriend unboxed a bunch of stuff, and so the unboxing has already begun, sort of, which is not how it's supposed to work. But the Stali, this is the absolute. This is the chosen child. I'm hoping these are going to be with me for a while. I'm hoping they don't break on me first day on the slopes. But I just wanted to say, fuck all of you people using Nideckers, clues, frickin' flow reverse entries. The only thing remotely close to this that I can even think of is the K2 cinch. True snowboarders know that this is supreme technology. Even though there's a little peeling here, that's just part of the aesthetic. The only thing that I can think of that competes with the FASE Stali is a K2 cinch, folks. Skip the flows, skip all of the Nideckers. Either buy yourself a K2 cinch, or pay a couple more hundred for the good old Stalis. That's what I'm gonna call them, the Stalis. Stallions. Anyways, my buddy just got some Nideckers, and I couldn't stand looking at them, let alone putting them on my feet. Felt like I was at Roswell trying to reverse engineer technology that is not for humans, So I'm a true two-strap kind of guy, unless I'm in the bedroom, if you know what I mean. But we've opened the box here, folks, and we're gonna take a look at these bad boys. I reviewed the tech a little bit, but I'm not an expert. I'm not gonna pretend I am, but boom! Instantly better than the freaking Nidecker bent metal fucking Supermatic my ass crack. As you can see, these are some pretty girthy straps. This whole system is it's not heavy, but it is there is some weight added along here, as you can see. But overall, not too heavy, not too light, right in the middle. Boom. Boom. Locked in. Look at that. Didn't come off like a normal strap. This is the future. Smells very rubbery, folks, and you know what that means. Good grip on good snow. As you can see, there's a faint little splatter here across the sides, and that's basically going to add tons of shock absorption. It becomes part of the snow as you snowboard. Freaking flow riders, you don't even know about that. You just know about strapping in, bending over, not feeling your feet. Alright, anyways, check this shit out, guys. Boom. Plastic off, exposed, vulnerable. I absolutely love the artwork on these. These are super drippy. Stale did a fantastic job with these. All the 32 ones, like the Raiders logo looking one, the Volcom one or whatever, you know, like what are you doing? Come on. And the Jones ones, like don't even get me started. Like, what are we, just flat colors, you know, wanting to freaking, you know, blend in on the free riding alpine terrain, you know, screw all that. No, you want a little class, you want a little splash. These are the stiffer bindings. This version in particular is much stiffer from what I'm reading than the other Katanas released this year, which for me, I'm hoping it's not too stiff. I'm not looking for something super extremely stiff. I'm already rocking these burnt nylons, although I'm always trying to switch things up. You know, I didn't fully break these things in, and there was a ball that was protruding into my ankle that was not fun. I didn't want to tell my buddy about that because, you know, he just got new boots, and well, I didn't want him to feel good about himself any more than he did already. But, you know, it's all about competing with your friends and one-upping each other with what kind of capitalistic purchases you made. So yeah, speed entry, essentially how this works from what I'm gathering. Pop your boot in, hit that back once you get up. I think that's ideally, yeah. So this whole zone is quick. So after you pull it back and you're feeling that, it's gonna lock. And then this is where, oh, there's a little safety mechanism thing. Oh God. I'm gonna be honest, folks, I have a fucked up hip right now. It does look like there's some sort of a protective mechanism here. Oh God, I don't want to break these. Would that be covered in the warranty? Let's refer to the manual. We don't want to ruin anything. Extra straps. Yes, mommy. I hope that doesn't mean they expect them to break. No instructions. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and use my reductive reasoning and just cut this bitch off because I don't see a reason for it to be there. Okay, let me get a screwdriver. Oh. You know, I bought these before I fucked my back up, but I will say that if I went snowboarding right now, I would not be able to bend over. Well, I would, but it wouldn't be as fun. So perfect timing on that. I'm actually about to go snowboarding in Alabama. You guys don't know about that. Alright, let's get that out of here. I don't think that's valuable. We're going to go ahead and cut this off. And folks, I don't know if I am supposed to. We're going to do it. Oh. Maybe you're not supposed to cut it off. Alright, well, maybe it's supposed to be there. I don't fucking know. Oh, that's how you lock it in place. Interesting. So if you're trying to just ride it like a normal binding, you know, like a two-strap setup, it looks like you just lodge that little piece of shit in there, and then all of a sudden you've just got a normal binding, you know, where you can just fucking strap yourself in. If you want to roll that way, you know. But if not, knock this thing back. Alright, so good thing we didn't break that off. Seems important. So, let's experiment with this, shall we? So, you're going to want this to be adjusted right. There's so much adjustability with these. We are going to, like any binding, you want it to fit right around your feet. So we're going to extend that out a little bit. Seems like the name of the game is getting this thing locked in place. Could be a little better. I'm going to make these perfect. And by for perfect, I mean absolutely stellar. Um, I want these things to be so locked down that when I get in and out, my buddies can't talk crap about me not having the Nidak or Supermatics, or the Flow Riders, can go listen to more Flow Rider and leave me alone. Pop that in. Let's try. Boom. Okay, now we're ready to party. Looks like that one needs to come forward too. What are these factory adjustments here? Interesting. Okay, we're gonna adjust these just a little bit so my OCD can be happy. Okay. Boom. See how quick that was? Like what? This video is like 10 minutes long already. Good thing I didn't have traditional bindings. This would have been a 30-minute video. Okay. Want to get out? Gonna go have a beer at the bar, waste money, instead of snowboarding. Everybody loves that. Boom. Slide. And then in theory, boom, you're out. You're drinking. You're getting fucked up on the slopes. Come back from drinking, you're swerving across the mountain trying to find your board. Oh, boom, there's your board. Oh, let's go boarding some more. Hoop. Easy peasy. Quick money, lemon, sleazy. I really like the strap on these. The way that you can just crank that down in one hit. Hit a couple notches. They do feel... See that's what I was interested in them. So what I'm looking for right now is that heel to toe stiffness. Locked in, but see how much movement these have? Now, granted, that's left to right. These aren't fully dialed in, locked in, you're going to be cranking these down. But if you're hitting those tweaks and, park features and whatnot, you want that little bit of lateral movement, and that feels good. It feels really good. Boom. Boom. Fantastic, folks. 10 out of 10. I'm going to have to take these to Alabama to really know how they perform. Hopefully the snowblowers will be blowing. It's Cloudmont. I want to look like the biggest douchebag out there with the brand new FASE bindings. I feel like this is the future, folks, and I feel like something, if it's not exactly this, something like it, I feel like it's a great mix between traditional and step-in, reverse entry, whatever. This is how binding should be. And sometimes technologies, as they go, you go to the end of the spectrum first to figure out the boundary, and then you reel it back to like reality, to the ground. What do people like? What do they mess with? And traditional bindings have stood the test of time of adjustability, customization, comfort. Just humans like to have patterns and habits, and just hitting the strap at the top of the mountain, it just feels like it's part of the experience for a lot of people. And I feel like this provides a quicker entry with that custom, experience that like, let's, oh, we're in the park, let's keep it a little looser. Oh, we're ripping this side of North Korea trying to avoid nuclear bombs. Let's strap it, that's how a binding should be, in my opinion. So I'm going to have to mess with these, take them out. But all I can say is, if you bought Supermatics, if you've ridden Flows, if you've ridden K2 Cinches, then that's fine. Keep riding them. Like, don't even buy these. But, I feel sorry for you, and I'm really sorry that you're not as cool as me. And so I'm not trying to make you feel bad or whatever, but I like wasting money more than you, and that's the point. But in the snowboarding world, you can buy a lot of stuff, and it's really addictive to be looking constantly for new gear and whatnot. But what I try to keep in mind is, you know, be very selective with your purchases and be intentional. Figure out what you need to evolve your riding, or what you need to do something else you're trying to do. If you're trying to have a powder setup, a all mountain, a park board, like be very intentional with what you're buying. Don't just buy it because it looks cool, whatever. This to me looks cool, and I think it's gonna perform good. You have this thing here, which I'm not gonna mess with right now, but well, actually, why not? Why not? Oh, I've never ridden Katanas. I assume this is part of their binding technology. Let's see. This creates different pressure points for different responsiveness. Make sure you use the right screwdriver. Using the right tools. You don't want to strip out a screw on a brand new pair of bindings, folks. That's lame. That's not how you're supposed to break these. Let's see here. So, with different angles of the strap are going to provide different levels of responsiveness. I love all this stuff too. Just geeking about getting stuff tailored really helps my autism. Yeah, so it looks like, there you go. This is how you're going to get those different angles. And I think you're going to want to rotate these all in unison. So, with a higher position here, you are going to get a different feel with it coming closer to your ankle. So, I believe with a lower one, it's going to be less responsive. Higher, it's going to be pulling quickly on your top of your foot here. I haven't messed with that a lot, and I don't know exactly if it's going to feel different or why you would want to do one or the other. But that is something I'm going to be messing with. But it does look like that's how you adjust that, so you can get it higher. You can put it in the middle, and then you can put it lower, which I'm excited to see, to mess with those options and see how they feel different and whatnot. For now, we're just going to keep it solid. Y'all, I've never spent more than 120 bucks on a pair of bindings. I got lucky and got these in, for about $420 after everything was said and done. These were going after taxes and shipping easily $450. So, gonna be taking good care of these baddies. But yeah, super sick, super cool, way better than all the losers who use Nideckers and whatnot. But yeah, I'm super excited to shit on my friends. Told them that they need to upgrade their boots, bindings, all while riding like a 2009 Never Summer Revolver. Can't have everything. But yeah, folks, have a good one. I can't say much. Haven't ridden these yet. They look dope. Peace.